Hey guys, so it's Real Talk episode 3, and I'm going to talk about sugar addiction for just like 2 minutes. So bear with me because I'm going to share a little bit of knowledge with you and something crazy that just happened to me last night while I was sleeping. I had a dream that I had a piece of this cake right here, and don't ask me why I have this box at my house. It's because it was my dad's 82nd birthday, and I made him this cake and I thought I needed two to make a big cake, but I decided to only bake one. But anyways, so I had this dream that I ate a piece of this chocolate cake, and if some of you know, I have not been eating any sugars for 8 days now. Wait, 6 days. I lied. 6 days. I'm on day 6 of not eating any sugars. And that cake was one of the last things that I was eating before I started this. And I had that cake at my house, and I wanted to eat that a lot. And some of you just looked at that cake and you started drooling and you wanted it and you wanted to eat it too. Well, that, my friends, is sugar addiction. And I can tell you right now that when I look at that cake, it doesn't look the same as it did a week ago. A week ago, I'd be like, I really want to just like eat that cake like through the box, like through the picture. If that makes any sense. If you're ever been addicted to sugar, you know what I'm talking about. Like you're envisioning it, you're imagining it, you're dreaming about it like I was. But now I look at it and I think about the addiction that it causes and how it makes me feel when I eat that. But what I want to talk about is when you do cave and you give in and you eat that sugar, just like this cake. Like I could easily, luckily it's not in my house anymore, but I could easily take one bite, take 2 bites, try to walk away, and then I want to come back to it, and that's all I can think about for a couple hours. That's true sugar addiction, when you really want something and you can't say no. And it's real, and it happens to, I bet you, 90% of people. And those of you who are watching this, you probably have an idea of what I'm talking about. But when you eat that sugar, and I eat this piece of cake, my blood sugar spikes, and I'm excited, and I feel good, and dopamine is released into my brain, so it makes me feel good. It's a true drug. It's a real drug. Like food is a drug. And you're feeling good, and then all of a sudden your body's like, whoa, my blood sugar's way too high. So it releases this mass of insulin to help bring that blood sugar down. And what happens when your insulin is in high quantity and it's helping drop that blood sugar? You have that crash. And then all of a sudden your insulin levels are super high. Your body is wanting to store fat. And then your blood sugar drops. So your blood sugar drops again. And what happens when your blood sugar is low? You have cravings, and you want that piece of cake again because you're hungry. You think you're hungry, but it's just because your blood sugar dropped really low, and then all of a sudden you want that cake again. So how do you prevent that? Like, that's the ultimate question. I think even for me, it's like once you're into that cycle, that vicious cycle of craving it and your blood sugar going high, you're getting all this dopamine, you want it so bad that you literally need like an intervention. You need somebody to like slap you and say, hey, don't eat that. You don't want it. Because truly, when you go through that cycle too many times, it can lead to like sadness and depression and frustration, and not just the thought of it, but like physically your body starts to change, and it's not a good feeling. So that is what I was going through probably since the middle of March. I wasn't really paying attention to how much sugar I was putting in my body, and then I was eating in like mass quantities, and then I was going through this vicious cycle. So prevent that cycle, guys, because if you have that willpower, and that's what it takes willpower. It takes really strong willpower and support, cleaning out your cupboards, getting rid of all that stuff, and loading your house with fruits and vegetables, meats, nuts, and healthy grains. It really is just a process of eliminating those things and keeping it out of your diet long enough to where that vicious addiction and cycle can disappear. So I believe you guys can do it. And if you didn't know, I'm doing the Whole30 and I'm on day 6. And I did not feel this good a week ago. I wanted to eat sugar all the time, and I loved it, and I thought it wasn't affecting me. But now, 6 days later, I remember why I need to keep that stuff to a minimum. And I'm not saying deprive yourself forever, but the reason why I do something like the Whole30 is to truly break that addiction to sugar. I'm a sugar addict, and I don't want to be an addict anymore. So if you guys are addicted to sugar, you can join me on this Whole30. It's completely free. It's online. It's whole30.com, and it lays out exactly what to eat, what's allowed, what's not allowed. It is super, super strict, but if you can do this for 30 days, and experience that life change experience that you'll feel by doing it, it's totally worth it. So at least give it a shot. All right. Well, thank you for watching, and I love chocolate cake. Have a good day, guys, and don't go eat chocolate cake.